Hey Dad, what's today's daily crypto news?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about how high XRP could possibly get. It is easily one of the most popular questions on every live, and then you'll even see it on the comments. It's like, how am I going to know? I mean, I can just tell you the patterns that I see and the general consensus of everything that I read. And I can tell you that it's starting to look a little bit more like the 2017 bull run. Where XRP went up about 58,000%. Yeah, 58,000%, and you can go back and look at it. It's it's there in the charts, and more analysts are coming up with their own what would you call it? They call it price predictions, but I'm just gonna call it my best guess. That's all you can
Estimates.
do. Yeah, because we're not gonna know until it happens, and it can fall short of it or go higher. But chart analysts, they have these little algorithmic tools that tells you, if this, then that, and so and they're all over the place. I mean, there's some that say, maybe no higher than $9 this bull run, $9 to $12. Others 27 to 33, sort of like what I'm thinking, because that's a power of three kind of estimate, simple math for me, based on just the rhythm of the growth of the market as a whole. And then there are others that are factoring in a whole lot more information, and they are guessing closer to $38 to possibly $50, somewhere around there. But I'm going to show you a few of those things and some of the reasoning behind it based on their charts. Like I said, I'm not a specialist, but let's take a look here. Right now, we saw that we touched about $3, right?
Yeah, we did.
And that was nice. And why do you think that happened?
At first I thought it was altcoin season, but then I was talking to my brother. I forgot what reason he gave me, but I think it was just because like all of the stuff that's going on, like with the House and the Senate right now.
Well, no, what it is, it's crypto week.
Yeah.
It was sort of like the buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing, but the sell the news didn't get very aggressive, and I'll tell you why. We saw an uptick over the weekend. Oh, well, no, since last week. I think Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we saw the uptick. We hit about $3. It's the excitement, the anticipation of what's to come. I mean, I got to tell you, the first sign of bad news, and we could easily go all the way back down to, I think they're saying maybe no lower than 270. I think we might be able to go lower than that if we get some bad news on some of this new legislation. But it's that's what caused it. And so we touched $3, and right now I took this shot just before we got on with you guys, and right now you can see XRP there at number 3 at $2.93. And over here on this line right there, you can see the top three. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then XRP with that huge 460% gain over the last 12 months. When it says year there, it means the last 12 months to the day. So, Bitcoin's only got a 92% increase in that same time. Ethereum's lost 5%, but XRP's, why is that not being talked about on more news, business news casts? It's crazy to me. But let's take a look at what some of the chart analysts are saying.
over on XApp says XRP is heading to $12. But he also thinks that XRP could surprise most of us when it breaks out from a horizontal pricing range of over 7 years long.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. He's got these two charts here, so let's forward it over to the chart specifically so it's a little easier. So here we go. That's 2017, and that was the bull run. It started from right over here, way down here, sub penny, and it went all the way up to here at $3.84. Right around there is where it hit. So that's a huge upswing. I mean, it was huge, 58,000% back then. And then right around here in 2020, we had that phony lawsuit, that corrupt lawsuit that they filed against XRP to suppress it. So it, for the most part, missed out on that bull run due to government corrupt intervention, so to speak. Ripple won the lawsuit, hands down. Everything that mattered, they completely destroyed the SEC on. And so fast forward to today, and keep in mind, this was just pure speculation at this time. We didn't have a crypto president. We didn't have a crypto czar. We didn't have a pro-crypto SEC. We didn't have ETF applications. We didn't have a lot of things over here. We were just still guessing. So here we go. Fast forward to today. We have all of that. We've got nearly 20, or I think it's 20 XRP spot ETF applications pending. The formal announcement to the end of the case, it's done. I don't know what the holdup is other than they're just planning it at about the same time. We have ISO 20022 mandatory in November. We have final decisions on those ETFs in October. Smart contracts go live for XRP Ledger in January. And right now they're considering all that crypto legislation. So that's all going to propel all this, not to mention the potential reduction in interest rates, which is going to add even more money. The big beautiful bill that was recently passed is going to add $3 trillion of more government spending, which always hits the stock market and the crypto market positively. But let's take a closer look at today and why EWT thinks we're going to do what we're going to do. And I'm just going to go here. You can see there, it's going to be about 12, maybe 18 bucks. Somewhere out there is what he's saying. Well, this is the first leg up that we had here. Last summer, we were down here. And then from, I think it was October, November to January, we just bounced up and we're hovering here. Now we're holding pretty steady at about 293 currently. And so it's showing a lot of resistance, but keep in mind, they're staying high, I think, only right now because we haven't gotten any bad news on the legislation that's being considered. Let's take a look at another analyst.
Crypto Basics says market veteran Gert Von Lon says XRP to resume bull run after double bottom nickel line bounce. Eyes $38 target.
So here's kind of the middle way of what some people are expecting, right? A $38 XRP. So again, this is where we were in 2017. We go up, we're going sideways here. This is where we just went from last summer to where we are currently. And he's thinking we're going to hit 38 bucks on this side. There's a lot of chart analysts that agree with him. That, you know, between 27 to 33 bucks is what I've been telling you. But this gentleman's thinking a little bit higher, maybe $38. Maybe, you know, it's possible. So that's the kind of thing that we're hopefully expecting. We'll see. And others are more enthusiastic than that. But just to keep our feet on the ground, you know, I'd say $12 to $27 is fine, but I'm really thinking $27, $33. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking maybe by January, February of next year, we'll see that particular number. At the end of this year, I'm thinking we might see about 12 bucks. That makes sense to me. But like I said, I'm only guessing. We're going to find out when it happens. And one final note, for all the people that you see mentioning things on the on social media, on the comments, you know, there's a lot of fudsters. And they say, well, it's not moving, it's blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what, man? You know, even through the lawsuit, we saw some okay stuff. But for sure, between 2017 and 2018, we saw one heck of a price increase, 58,000%, which was the #1 performing coin for that bull run. But that's when those people that support Bitcoin and Ethereum got nervous and they said, wow, man, this thing's going to take over. You know, let's get our friends over at the government to sue these guys. Well, you know, and they got the desired result, right? XRP was suppressed. And Ethereum and Bitcoin were allowed to continue pulling the wool over people's eyes. Still made a few people wealthy, mostly the people that were in on it. But now I think we're looking at a more level playing field. The lawsuit is over, pro-crypto president is in, and we've got a lot of tailwinds, as they call it. A lot of positive news pushing the digital asset forward to utility. Because if we have a utility bull run where these assets, these digital assets are used for their intended purposes, Katie barred the door. This thing's going to go nuts. But the idea that it hasn't moved, are you kidding me? Just last year, and I'm telling you, it was like August or September, we were down here. And we're way the heck up here now at 293 really. I'm looking at it right now. So this is a little older image there. It's moved a lot and it's getting ready to move a lot more. So, you know, if you're the kind of person that is still stacking or thinking that you might want to get in, that's something to consider, but you got to make your own decision. I'm not telling you to invest in this. I know I have, and I have not lost a penny in this. And I think that it's got so much more runway ahead of it. I think it's got years of runway. I mean, maybe 10 to 12 more years to go. So let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. And we will see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.